Hi, my name is Don Jessup. I'm the owner of Silicon Valley Associates, a residential real estate company right here in the Silicon Valley. Thank you for coming to my weekly show. We have some things to talk about today that are a little more eclectic than what we might do. We're going to talk about student loans, we're going to talk about defaults, and we're going to talk a little bit about staging. First of all, if you're a Y or an M generation person and you're still living at home and you're going to school and doing those types of things and you have a lot of student loans, statistically, you're not alone. There are $1.2 trillion in student loans that are currently in default. And one of the things that are stopping people from being a homeowner is this debt. Because what it does is it damages their credit and they don't move forward. And one of the bills that are in Congress right now is how do we deal with this debt? How do we get rid of some of it? How do we help people that have it so they can have home ownership and move on with their lives and build wealth? If you have a school debt, you need to sit down with somebody and figure out how you can retire it. There are agencies that can help you pay off some of it. They can put you on payment plans. They can defer it. But don't let it get to a point where it starts to destroy your credit and it makes you choose from buying a home or renting, because it can be a determining factor. The other thing is we got really good news in the Silicon Valley and in the surrounding areas of the Silicon Valley. We are at the lowest point ever in the last 7 years for defaults on mortgages, and we only have 1.1% of the people that are in the Santa Clara Valley and up the peninsula that are in default on their loan. That is the lowest since 2007, and it currently runs, in a good market, it runs about 1%, and we're just about there here. There are some markets across the country that are still upside down. There's still 9 million properties that are in default. But in the Santa Clara Valley here, we're in a microcosm. It's a good time to sell. It's a good time to buy. And people, the affordability is so good with interest rates being low. If you've not really visited whether you can move up, sell your property and move into something else, now is the time to do it, because the cost of money is so good, your value has come back, you have equity. If you haven't refinanced, now's the time to think about it, because you've got equity in your home again. The last thing I want to talk about is we had a viewer just like you guys call in and say, should I stage my house? Should I spend money on staging the house? Should I do the things to make it look pretty? And the answer is maybe, maybe not. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes if you have areas in your house that don't conform, you have a round area or you have a triangle or you have some area that's a little off because you remodeled the house and added on furniture, having that decorated to give people an idea would be good. But not every single house needs to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on staging it. But one of the things that's really important is if your house does not show well, staging is one of the things that you can dress it up with. And if it's older, it needs to be painted, or you need a kitchen done, or you need a bath, you should start to look to those things before we invest a lot of money into staging. But if you have old furniture and it's ripped and it's in poor shape, the less things that you have in the house and the newer things that you can put in to show it the best in the market so you can get the best return on your home, well, that would be important to do, and you'd want to evaluate that home by home, house by house. It's not always the best thing to spend thousands and thousands on somebody else's furniture. If you have a lot of nice things yourself, maybe you just need to declutter. Maybe you just need to put it in a way that it opens up the room just a little bit better. Staging's not only investing in money, but staging with what you have can be a very good option as well. So when you're talking to somebody who's in the real estate industry, ask them, how do we open up the house? How do we make it show the largest that we can show and the nicest that we can show it to be nice? Maybe you need to bring in one piece or two pieces, or maybe you need to just put a bunch of things in the garage just so the house is a little more open. So when you start looking at whether or not staging is going to pay, you need to sit down with a professional, take a look at it, and then make that decision before you spend a lot of money on it. Again, thank you for coming to my weekly show. I'm Don Jessup, Silicon Valley Associates. Have a great week.